I'll now be assembling and building the Spirit Hosts set for Age of Sigmar. Looking at this, it's actually going to be pretty complicated to put together, so I'm going to separate them into 3 separate kits in order to make sure I don't get things confused between the different pieces. So I'm going to have a good read of the instructions, and I'm going to come back when I've separated them all off the sprue. Having reviewed the instructions, this kit has so many pieces that look so similar that it's best to cut them off the sprue and put them on a couple of pieces at a time. So as you can see, slot that in, because these pieces in particular are small and easy to lose. And then we find this piece here, and we try and find the corresponding piece here, which I think is this. Yeah. And this gives you an idea of how fiddly it is. So this piece here and this piece here. So again, a bit of glue and a bit of glue on the other piece, and we find it and we slide it in like so. I think the issue with this kit is going to be that it's going to take a very long time to make a video of assembling it, because the pieces look so similar that you've got to cut them off the sprue 1 or 2 pieces at a time. So I'm going to come back when I've got a base of this assembled. So I've completed building the 3 Spirit Hosts. I didn't do a step-by-step breakdown because of the sheer complexity of getting everything stuck together. They seem spindly, but they're actually okay once you get them stuck together. You do have to follow the instructions absolutely step by step, or it will not work, and there's not really much in the way of posability if you want to vary from the normal template. What I've done is I have applied some sand, glued down the optional scenery piece, added a couple of skulls to each base. With this one I put a rock on just to make them a bit more visually different. I'm going to spray undercoat them white and then ink the base and the skeleton black as a first step. I'm then going to paint the Spirit Host element, and then I'm going to paint the skeleton and the base. I'll stick with a reasonably simple scheme, but I will do a painting video going through it, because it's the sort of ectoplasmic effect that I'll replicate on my Nighthaunt. Having assembled a set of these, I think assembling a second set would be much easier. However, they are something you need to sit down and go through step by step, taking one bit of plastic off the sprue at a time and cleaning it up and gluing it on. Because if you do what I normally do with kits, and have a pile of pieces here that you turn into a finished kit, you're going to make a mistake. Some of these, the thing is, then you compare it to the Stormcast. So the Stormcast is 1, 2, 3 pieces, maybe 4, plus a scenic base. These are many more pieces. If you are assembling them with a child, do be very patient and go through it step by step, because it is nowhere near as easy as the easy to build kits. They are fiddly, they are pointy, you will need to be quite patient with them. I think in a Nighthaunt army, because of how good they are pretty much something you will always take at least 3 of, probably more like 6. However, I think they're going to be really easy to paint. So it is swings and roundabouts. I did build all of these in the space of about 35-40 minutes, going through them all a step at a time, with video playing in the background. They're not that hard to put together, you just need to do it step by step by step. So they are really nice models once you build them. They do look really good. They are very three-dimensional, they are very... You can see the lines of motion in it, you can see the spectral effects, you can see how they interleave with each other in these. Which again makes them a little fiddlier to build, but once you've built them, makes them look really good. But yeah, I'd recommend this kit not for absolute beginners. If you're an absolute beginner, get a bit of help with it. Compared to kits with many more pieces that are much more complicated to put together, but much easier to break into steps, much easier to get it right, you do need to think about this and read the instructions really carefully. I cannot underline that point enough. However, I think they'll look really good painted up. I am probably going to have to get another 3, maybe even another 6 of these. So, we'll see them on the gaming table, but we'll see them get painted first. If you've liked this video, hit like or subscribe. If you feel strongly, leave a comment below. Otherwise, good gaming!